Yep.
Wowhead. Oh, whoops. There we go. Hello, everyone, and thank you for tuning in to Wowhead Weekly number 135. Big week for the PTR, live servers, and of course, BlizzCon and BlizzCon type merchandise. Before we get into all of that, I would like to introduce my lovely co-host, Wowhead site manager, Perculia.
Hey everyone, I'm very excited that we have this little guy with us today. Everyone say hi to Pirate Pepe. And yeah, we have so much BlizzCon news. It's so soon. I'm really excited. And our weekly giveaway is virtual ticket, and use the keyword yeah BlizzCon, one word, not case sensitive, to answer.
Yes.
So yeah.
Yes. So I'll flip it over to you to talk a little bit about these Pantheon trinkets, because I feel like you understand them better. And then when we get into Argostheon Maker, I'll put a spoiler tag up so that anybody who is like planning on doing the Mythic Encounter, it's not ruined for them if they don't want it to be. So over to you, Perk.
Yeah, so last week we were talking about these Argus Pantheon trinkets and, how they worked and how they had special procs, and when all of them procced, you got an even more awesome proc. And there was some lively feedback on this, and Blizzard made a lot of changes in the recent PTR build to address it. So the first thing is that there are 6 trinkets. They each fill a certain role or a primary stat, except for this one called Aman'Thul's Vision. And Blizzard has turned that into an eye level 1000 legendary, and it's unique because it drops from Argus. It's not just a legendary out there in the world. You can also equip this trinket in addition to 2 other legendaries, so that's pretty cool. But you can't double up on Pantheon trinkets. The next interesting bit is that the Pantheon trinkets drop at eye level 940, and they can be upgraded to eye level 1000 with a Pantheon's Blessing item, which is pretty similar to Crystallized Fel. We don't know how this all drops, but we assume it's going to be personal loot, either the trinkets or the Pantheon's Blessing, and you can get it via 1 difficulty per week, so you're not like farming it on every single difficulty. The third thing, I think that's a better way as well, because it rewards people that are doing Argus every week, as opposed to like, oh, well, I got the Titan Forge, 995 version, you got 940, So I think that's good. The third thing, which I think is really important, is the way to activate the Mega Proc has changed. You now only need 4 trinket procs active at once, and it can be 4 of the same proc. So this will help raids. If people all want to use the same trinket, great, you can do that. You don't have to feel like one person is forced into using a bad trinket to activate the empowerment. And it's also good for Mythic Plus, because formerly you needed 6 procs, which meant it would never proc in a dungeon. And with 4, that means that you can have it proc now. And they changed it so that you need 4 of the same one. It can be 4 of the same one. So like you could have 4 Aman'Thul, as opposed to like, okay, we got to get the tank and the healer and like the DPS and like the int one to proc all at once.
Oh, okay.
So it seems like it's a lot more flexible. So I think that is a good thing. And again, thanks to Argenteros and all of, the Wowhead people and various theory crafters that helped test this on the PTR, we have some logs linked in our research article in case you want to pore over the data more.
Yeah, that's what's going on there. And then also, we learned a lot on the PTR this week. We also finally got to test Heroic Argus the Unmaker. And this, hold on, I'll show you. This red Sith will be available for transmog. Now,
it looks super cool.
Is this the same Sid that he is using?
Yeah, so this ties to the models. The last PTR, we data mined a blue one, and that corresponds to his like normal model. And he has abilities that are named after the weapon, like he's like attacking us with it. And the red one matches a possible red mythic model, and he has different themed abilities, so this is like the angry, corrupted one.
Oh, okay, I see. Now, there's also, if you guys want to check it out, there's some new music that will be in is it specifically the Argus Encounter, or is it like anywhere in Antorus?
So the name of the music file is named after the region where the final boss is. So we think it's related.
All right.
So
yeah, so if you want to check that out, it's at Wowhead's YouTube channel, which is Wowhead or youtube.com/Wowhead. And I'm also going to pass it back over to Perk once again to talk a little bit about the new encounter on Mythic. And I will put a spoiler tag up. This is not a lore spoiler though. This is a Mythic encounter spoiler. So if you don't care about that,
it could kind of be lore in case you're like, why is he different?
Yeah. So here we go. There's a spoiler tag. If you are in any way concerned about, being spoiled, definitely mute now or forever hold your peace. Bright Paw. That guy.
So, as my cat provides levity for this very sad encounter, based on raid testing, we've determined that the Titans are all sitting in the Pantheon as you fight Argus on regular difficulty, and they give their aid in various parts. And one really cool thing is the essence of A&R. She plants these trees, and if you die during her phase, you can use the tree to res back up. So a lot of super cool stuff on normal. But what a lot of people are talking about is that we keep getting more hints that there's a Mythic secret phase, but also that even more of the fight could be potentially changed. We have some hints. One of the hints is that there are different descriptions of phase 3. And the Mythic one is when Argus reaches 40% health, he is weakened that Amanthul is able to subdue him, or so it seems. And on the other difficulties, it's just Amanthul subdues him. So something bad is happening there. And then we data mined this angry red model, which, we're speculating that he, Sargeras, corrupts him or tells him what to do, and then his weapon changes from blue to red, and he gets all angry. There are spells called Argus Mythic Transform, Grasp the Maker. And then we have a lot of spells in general that reference Sargeras. So we think that maybe he's kind of ow, cat, stop. We think that maybe he's just sort of controlling Argus from afar, and you have these abilities mixed in throughout the fight to make the other phases interesting. It's he has fear, he has rage, you get lashed to a deadly chain, all sorts of evil sounding mechanics. And this part is the most interesting. We'll talk about this a non-spoiler way later, but on the Blizzard Gear Shop, when the Sargeras shirt first went up on for sale, the description text was one of Sargeras' final actions was to throw his sword before the Titans could subdue him. And, it's memorialize this badass with your t-shirt. And that text is now since removed. So it seems yes, Sargeras was present on the fight in some form, and he gets mad and does something to Azeroth towards the end, and I am really excited to see how this all plays out.
Yeah.
And I think we're done with spoilers, and my cat is also being crazy.
What I love about the whole Silithus thing is it leaves so much room for speculation of how they're going to handle, scaling and stuff in the future.
Yeah.
And, just seeing them go back and do that, anything, really. Because that's what I said. I was Silithus, really? That's where they're, changing stuff? But it's, a good thing, because anytime that they're making old content new again, I think is great.
Yeah.
Because, why waste all those resources and, why waste all that art and area? And, I don't know. I'm into it.
Yeah.
I'm definitely into it. So, this is it. This is something that I definitely am excited to talk about. So last week we talked about these data-mined legendary tokens, which when you right-click them, they turn this token into a piece of gear for whatever the specified class was. And I don't think I'm the only one who, when I saw these, I assumed this was a catch-up mechanism. I assumed that this was something so that you could gear up your alts. And then in the Q&A this week, we had the bomb dropped on us that you wouldn't be able to get these until you had every single legendary on your class. And everybody went into uproar, including me. I mean, I literally said in the video, who is this for? And I got a great comment on my YouTube video that was basically explained that this was put into place to ensure that people who do have all the legendaries, because you can't get duplicate drops, and it's not fair that they never get anything ever again.
Exactly.
It's basically specifically for people who do have all their legendaries so that they're still getting rewarded, and it's not something that's really intended for the average player to gear up their alts. And I felt like once it was kind of put into that perspective, my like rage about the whole thing like simmered right down. I was like, oh yeah, that makes perfect sense. But it was like, because that's so far from my dilemma, which by the way, since we last talked, I got another legendary. It is not the Praetorian Tide Callers. No yays. No yays. But yeah, so it's like that's so far from my, oh my gosh, he's so funny. That is so far from my dilemma, like having too many legendaries, that I couldn't imagine it being a dilemma at all. Bright Paw, you quit biting your mom.
I know, he loves the sweater. I'm just like, can you like stop doing this now?
Can you please not?
Baby. Can you not do this?
Not? But yeah, so what are your thoughts on all of that?
So I think that I was happy with Ian's explanation. I think that though people would like to hear more about what a catch-up mechanism could be, because we keep hearing at these Q&As that Blizzard wants to do something for the players that don't have any legendaries. So I think everyone was sort of primed and in the mood to, you know, latch on to whatever was orange and be like, oh, this must be the catch-up mechanism.
Exactly.
So,
well, and you also, you expect catch-up mechanisms at this point in an expansion. You don't really, yeah, it's like you don't even really expect things like, oh, this is to reward this very specific, very small minority of players. But it makes perfect sense. And like, it was one of those things where because we data mined it and we speculated, we weren't, we were upset based 100% on wrong assumptions, not really on anything Blizzard said or did. So tough pill to swallow, but it makes a lot of sense. I do really think that they need to consider this late in the expansion as like, and I understand that I feel like I represent the average I feel like I represent the average WoW player more than like a high-end Mythic Raider would. Like, we raid Heroic. I play, 20, 30 hours a week. It's not my whole life. I mean, it is kind of my whole life, but it's not in the sense of literally playing the game is my whole life. I try to do my emissaries every day. That doesn't mean I do them every day. And I feel like at this point in the expansion, I have no legendaries for my off specs. 0. Not one. Because I've never changed it off a resto because I still haven't gotten my best in slot. And I also don't even have all the resto ones yet. So it's like,
I think it would be cool if Blizzard released stats like, these are how many players have, like, this is the average amount of legendaries players have.
It would help.
I would also say, so going back to the Argus trinkets, that I think it was a little confusing that, Blizzard's like, oh, we're not doing new legendaries, like, this is like a catch-up, and then like the Almanthal's trinket just sort of pops up because people are like, wait, I thought there were
and then like all of a sudden that's like a third legendary, so it kind of changes everything. I'm really glad they decided to leave that off of the 2 legendary cap, because I was ragey about that last week. So I'm really glad that that's not how that's going to end up being, because it makes a lot more sense to have it be a separate like lockout.
Yeah. So this is a good transition to the next thing. This was covered in the live vlog of the Q&A, and the Q&A covered some PTR and some live stuff, so yeah, we should discuss that.
Oh my gosh. So I did a whole video discussing this, but I didn't like do a researchy video. I did like this was my first impressions from just listening to this casually like a regular person. So a few of the things that I said were just kind of blatantly wrong, but you'll have that because I'm a human being. But okay, so the prolonged power potions is the first thing you have bullet pointed. I have never gone to 0 to 60 nerd rage in my whole life, as when Ian was like, well, we really like it when some people have some recipes and other people have other recipes, because at that point, like, I understand the point he was trying to make, but like, he didn't actually offer an answer to this question.
It was also the wrong time, I think, because
to bring it
like
up.
every week when we do the events on Wowhead Post, people will take their same comment and post it again being like, I want prolonged power.
Yeah.
So, like, people are really sad that it's not dropping, and I don't think this was the right time to, like, have a philosophical debate about, like, theoretically, if other recipes
really weird because he was devil's advocating himself.
Yeah,
like,
I
he
know.
was literally like, maybe this isn't the right system. But, like, the question was, Is there going to be, like, I still need the Potion of Prolonged Power. Is the boss coming back anytime soon? Is this going to be something that drops somewhere else?
A new raid is coming.
Once again, we're
I want
a year
my recipe.
into the expansion, and there's no excuse that it's so difficult to get something like that. And I understand that all it does is it changes the amount of procs you get or the amount of mats you need, and it all works out where you get more potions for your mats if you have rank 3. Yeah. And instead of answering the question as like yes, we're going to increase the drop rate or have it drop from someone else or the boss will be back soon or no, we're not going to do that, he kind of went off on this tangent about, oh, I really like it when some people have some recipes and some people have other recipes, but like I understand that concept if it's an earning type thing,
or if it's like if you kill mythic whatever, then you can get the cool recipe versus you didn't log in this week,
or have it be tied to like a reputation. Like it reminds me of like is it the Furbolgs that you have to get the agility one from? Remember the agility
Army of the Light has some reputation ones, like you get higher ranks if you have reputation, and like I'm totally cool with that.
Yeah, but this doesn't seem anything like it seems 100% luck. Like you could have someone who literally just misses that boss or, killed the boss and just didn't get the drop.
I feel like it was also up on some holiday week. Like you don't want to feel like people are punished that they didn't just log in during a very narrow slice of, the game.
But then again, I'm also like pretty upset that they still
It's like the Nuzak mini holiday. It's like, oh, we don't rewards from micro holidays because like what if people miss them? And it's like, well, Nuzak the Fiend mini holiday. We have he is basically like a one-time holiday at this point. It's
so weird. The whole thing is super, super strange. And like I just didn't understand the logic at all behind it. Like I didn't understand the logic of having that conversation in that context right then and there.
Agree.
It was just one of those things that the only thing it did was remind everybody that Ian used to be a lawyer. Because he comes out and he has these very eloquent things to say, but they're not necessarily answering the question or the topic.
Okay, my cat's eating my foot. Sorry, I look kind of pink.
Oh, it's okay. No, it's not okay. Don't you do that, Brett Paw. He's bad. He's naughty.
I know.
He just really 100% hates when he's not the center of your universe. I'm going to kick him out of the room. He's going to get kicked out soon.
I know.
Brett, you're going to get kicked out, right? Goodness.
He also, I don't know if this was on screen, but he just, Pepe is, that
was on screen for sure.
There he is.
Other than Prolonged Power, he talked a little bit about the legendary situation that we just discussed. He also talked about transmog and artifacts, and I feel like this was one of those things where he worded it in a way where if you were going based on just what he said, it was a little bit confusing. Yeah. Because I was jotting down notes as he was talking, and he was kind of like, oh yeah, except for this one and this one. And the way that he worded it made it sound like you wouldn't be able to mog those after the fact, but it was just a matter of you couldn't obtain them after the fact, which I knew you wouldn't be able to obtain them after the fact. It was just in the context of how he said it, it was confusing to me. Or I'm dumb. That's possible too. I can roll with that.
No, I mean, I feel like they've explained this multiple times, so there definitely seems to be some confusion, and we haven't had a system like artifacts before, so people are asking questions. So basically the TLDR is that you can't get the Mage Tower Challenge and Mythic 15 appearances after Legion is over.
But it's like one of the things that wasn't the question that was asked, so it didn't seem like it needed to be something.
I also feel like people are really concerned about the prestige appearances, because that's a lot of prestige to grind, and we haven't really heard anything either way, and it's getting kind of, I mean, we know that Antaurus is the last raid. We don't know how, obviously what the new expansion is or when it's coming out, but if you started now, it would be very difficult to reach, prestige, what is it, 27 or, whatever up to now. So I think people would just like to know before they try to do a grind and they get halfway there, but they still don't get the rewards they're pushing towards.
Yeah, I definitely think that needs to be addressed. And, while we're talking about things that need to be addressed, I would like to know why we haven't found out how physical BlizzCon attendees can upgrade their bags.
Mm-hmm.
Because, it's really bothersome that, today. They made this big announcement, and it was completely, nobody in that meeting room thought, hey, we've got 50,000 people who are going to care about this. And then now it's been a month and, just no word on what's going on there. And now they released the pre-sale merch, no word on what's going on there. And it's for people who shelled out $200 a ticket. It's, kind of upsetting to be forgotten about.
Yeah. Any more Q&A stuff? Because I'm sure we have lots of BlizzCon stuff to say.
They talked a little bit about tier sets, which again, some of the questions in the Q&A, I felt like they could have curated these questions better. One of the questions was, what are we going to do about the artifact cap? When did you submit that question?
I know, it's like,
we're not going to be capped for another, like, 10 weeks or 8 weeks, something like that. So, like,
yeah,
why
we're getting billions of artifact knowledge. Like, stuff is very easy now in artifact knowledge.
Like, I don't understand why that was a question they asked. And this tier one is also, like, I don't understand why this was a question they answered, because it was really irrelevant to I
feel like it could be useful with PTR tuning. Basically, Blizzard, someone asked if there are any plans to reduce the viability of old tier sets. And the idea is that, you know, you can equip like 4 pieces of tier 20 and then like 2 pieces of tier 19 and then use legendaries for slots that aren't tiering to have like all these bonuses. And, you know, now we're getting tier 21 bonuses and people are like, you know, should I use like 2-piece 19 and 20 and 21 or like 2-piece 19 and then 4-piece tier 21? And it's, I think, getting more complex than Blizzard is intending. And I don't think they realize people would be, you know, trying to mix and match.
Again, I feel like this is one of those questions that affects 0.1% of the player base, and like in these Q&As, no.
I'm well, like, suppose like you're someone that's like, you played like 6 months ago, and you're like, do I want to hold on to my tier 19? And then like you're going into Antorus, and you're like, you know, suppose you skip tier 20. I don't know. I thought this was kind of interesting, especially because like I've been highlighting a lot of tier 21 stuff and people like it.
That is something they already did.
Yeah.
It was already nerfed before we went into this raid, so it's safe to assume that they're going to nerf it before we go into the next raid.
Yeah, I think it's just good to mention, like, I've been doing a lot of tier posts on Wowhead, and they've been, like, super popular, high traffic, so even if it seems, like, obvious, people are interested in thinking about tiers, so.
I just feel like I have seen so many people ask, for instance, like, are you ever going to tell us this? Like, they went out of their way to say, oh, all the world bosses are on a schedule now, and then refused to tell us the schedule.
Yeah, I think that would be good to, that would definitely be something
like,
good to tell
us. Like, that's the kind of stuff that, like, and that would have been a great answer to the prolonged power thing. Like, it just seems like a lot of these things, it dodged a lot of questions that I've seen constantly, and then, like, answered questions that were just a lot more irrelevant, or things that we already knew, and because they were then expanding upon them, it made the answers confusing, even though the answer was the same as before. Anyways, I get what you're saying with the tier sets. I understand the point there, but it turned into a whole discussion of, well, we have 6 tier pieces, and we might not do that next expansion, and it kind of turned into, well, maybe, I don't know.
Yeah, like, you sometimes just need a TLDR, like, yeah, this got out of control. We will definitely be aware, like, we didn't assume it would happen, you know,
in that way. And then they also talked a little bit about the Mythic Dungeon Invitational, and they were really happy with the results of that, which obviously they would be. I mean, they had like 60,000 viewers for the finals.
Yeah, that was really good.
That was great.
So, yeah, I'm excited. I'm excited to see if they make more changes in the future for that. Like, we had an interview, we covered an interview by Forbes where they were talking about some resurrection changes they wanted to make even for maybe the next one. So I think it would be cool if they did a season tournament, you know, like whenever Antorus comes out, they do another one. I think that would be fun.
Yeah, for sure. I just would have liked, in a Q&A like that, I just would have liked to hear more about, I don't know. There were a few questions that I was like, who is picking these questions? Like,
yeah.
The artifact power one got right under my skin because it wasn't... I understand that at that point they're probably like, oh, well, this is for players who maybe quit, but I don't feel like those are
I don't know if the players are quitting. Exactly.
So
yeah,
like, it just seems odd to curate those questions for people who aren't watching.
Yeah.
Which
you
then
need, like,
puts my
color-coded questions
mouth.
like easy, medium, advanced.
Yeah, that totally puts my foot in my mouth because you're totally right that it is probably the people with all the tier sets that are watching. So you know what? I take that back. Great question. Great question. Moving on.
Yep.
Every week there's new stuff going on in WoW. This week on the 14th is the Great Gnomeregan. They're calling it the Great Gnomeregan Race or the Great Gnomeregan Run. It's based on the running of the Gnomes community event to raise awareness for breast cancer research and stuff like that. It's really cool, and they created this whole path that goes, it starts at like New Tinkertown and ends at Gadget Sand?
Booty Bay.
Booty
Bay. And there's like famous gnomes on the sides and markers so you know the route to take, and you know, there's like the King of the Gnomes and Wilfred Fizzbang, you know, his spirit, the one that got killed by Jiraxis, and a lot of fun NPCs. I think Lincoln the Gnome is there. And it's really cool when you see community events you know, they sort of grow year after year. I think the first one actually was a Wowhead blog that we posted about, and then they get really big, and Blizzard, you know, tries to make it even more official and give people a nice route. So, you know, warm fuzzies.
Yeah, for sure. They also like reached out to, it was Drabby, I think, that was the community who started it, and kind of like made sure that they were doing it right, which I think is like is really telling of how Blizzard functions as a company.
Yeah.
Other than that, we're now artifact knowledge level 47, which is some ridiculous percentage. I mean, it's the amount of artifact right now is
if you have
insane.
the Champions Trophy from the +10 Mythic Chest, it is now 2,400,000,000 artifact power.
Perfect. That's an absolute insane amount of artifact power. Perfect.
Yeah.
Also, this week is I don't know. I'm trying to think. I feel like this was a pretty empty week, all in all. There wasn't
a pet battle bonus event, so that's cute.
Yeah, pet battle bonus event. If that's something you're into, you get 200% additional experience for your pets whenever you do any pet battle stuff. And then if you do the very best quest, which is winning 5 PvP battles, you'll get an ultimate battle stone, which will level up any pet to 25 instantly. So that's really, really cool. Also, during the pet battle bonus event, you can do all sorts of cheesy things to get your pets from 0 to 25 in just a couple battles, which is awesome. But not a ton of holiday stuff this week, but Hallow's End starts next week, so
so big, lots of stuff.
So excited. If you're playing Overwatch, not that this is WoW, but if you're playing Overwatch, it started today or yesterday.
Super cool. Yeah.
Yesterday. Okay, this was amazing. Mayani, who we've talked about in the past, she's a demon hunter, right?
Yeah. She started off as a Death Knight and is now soloing on the Demon Hunter.
Gotcha. She soloed Gul'dan on normal difficulty, which is insanity. It took her like over an hour, and in the article it was so interesting because she was talking about like, oh, unfortunately he has an enrage, but the good thing is that if you can wait it out for a half an hour, the enrage stops. Like, what? Cool. So cool. And it brings me to those moments where you remember struggling with your guild to get that boss down, and now there's one person doing it. And she's like crazy geared. I think she's like 947 or something ridiculous like that.
I loved in the notes, she was like, you know, I used Pride as to survive at first, but then I actually wanted to use different legendaries for the fights, so when I need to heal up, I use first aid.
Yeah.
It's like, oh, first aid finally, you know, serving up perfect.
Yeah, it's definitely a good read. We'll have someone link that in chat for you guys if you want to check it out. It's definitely worth a quick glance for sure. Miney does really cool things and kind of consistently does things that everybody thinks are impossible.
Yeah,
which I'm into.
I really like it when people sort of find their own fun in the game. How it's not like, well, I have to do it this way to get the achievement, or like I only want this pet so I get, you know, a certain tally for, you know, the achievement number. So I think it's cool when people get all creative.
There hasn't been an achievement tally for pets since 600. Anybody who's still looking for collectibles is so far. Blizzard, please. There hasn't been a new pet achievement since 600. I think I have 880 something currently. It's stupid. What else is going on?
Just minor hotfixes. You can, when you defeat greater invasion point bosses, you now have, there's a bug with bonus rolls that wouldn't activate, and now they do, so you can get more 930 loot, hopefully.
For sure. That's good. The core cruel whistle is now account-wide, which is funny because I didn't even know that existed until the Q&A. Like, when Ian was talking about it, I was like, what? There's a whistle? And I looked, and I was only, like, 2K rep or something like that away, so I totally got the whistle the next day.
Yeah,
and then it was hotfixed to be account-wide. Will you put your hand up to your camera and pull it away? Your focus is out of focus.
Okay.
Yay, clear perk.
I blame the cat.
Clear perk. He did knock your camera at one point. I fixed it on our end so that you look nice and centered, but yeah, he wrecked that. He didn't care. So all sorts of stuff going on with the Blizzard app. You can appear offline now.
Finally!
What? That's crazy. I've been saying that. When if you go back in the long log of my videos, there was a video where I still had blonde hair, like hadn't ever dyed my hair pink yet. That's how long ago it was. And I was like, I don't like the idea of Battle.net because I like to hide from people and there's no appear offline mode. Finally. There's also now Blizzard groups, which is really similar to Discord with roles and chat rooms and avatars.
Yeah, and profiles as well. Like you can set friends notes or like have links to your Twitter and Facebook. So I'm curious who this is intended for. My theory is that, like, if you're on Discord, you're using Discord because it's obviously more advanced, but if you're someone that casually plays Blizzard games and you don't want a billion social apps, like maybe you're someone that doesn't care about Discord or Twitter, but you want to talk to your friends, you know, this gets the job done. And I heard people saying that like Destiny, the community there is not really into Discord, so maybe this could be good for that Destiny community.
I also was thinking, now that it's on cell phones and stuff, like they might be actually trying to do like a Discord type thing, because maybe they could have it be like also on Xbox and PS4, even if it's not now. Like this has I don't know. I think that, like, with how many people that are on Discord because they're playing a game like WoW or Overwatch, I feel like not having to give out Discord servers and being able to use something that's kind of integrated could really be attractive to people.
I think this is for more casual users. Like, if you want to go to a Discord to get, you know, the Wowhead news webhook or, you know, read a pin on stat weights, like this, the Blizzard program does not fill you know, those needs. But you
could say yet to that, though. I mean, this is so new. Like, they could really be ramping this up to try to be. I'm not saying it would be successful. I don't know. But it seems like Blizzard is really just trying to branch out in general. And that's what, when I saw this, and I was like, oh, it's like a Discord clone. Got it.
Also, the emojis make a lot more sense now. Like, 2 weeks ago, we're like, Blizzard supports emojis. And it's like, oh, well, now this makes sense. If the idea is that you talk to people on phone with the app, and there's a social thing. And
And I feel like it's sad of how many times that I've said, Blizzard should do this, Blizzard should do this, Blizzard should do this. And then by the time they do it, like, another company has already kind of done that thing, which this feels very much like Discord sort of did it. And then now Blizzard is coming out with their version of it. And it's like, you know, we had games that, like, the whole MOBA phase came and went.
Yeah,
and Heroes came out, like, a little late for that. And that's not to say that Blizzard's products aren't better, because I mean, I could have a full-fledged argument why I truly believe, I swear to Thrall, I truly believe that Heroes of the Storm is a better MMO than, like, League of Legends or Dota. I'm aware that I'm probably in the minority in thinking that, but as a Blizzard gamer, I feel like Heroes of the Storm is phenomenal, if for no other reason than it's intuitive. If you understand things, basic things about the Blizzard universe, you're gonna understand things inherently about the characters and the things that you're doing. And, like, it makes me sad that, like, you know, when everybody was saying, oh, I wish the Armory app 5 years ago would support more than just guild chat. I wish I could chat with my Battle.net friends. And if Blizzard had been able to do something like this a few years ago, like, they could have really had the corner in this market. So I'm excited to see where they go from here. But if they don't develop it further, it'll probably end up being just like the in-game chat things in WoW that nobody ever used.
Yeah, like voice chat in WoW?
I mean, I never, and the whole time I've played WoW, I've never used it, and I've never known anybody who has used it.
Same. I'm break for a second. Okay, I'll find out.
Yeah, so I don't know. That made me kind of sad. Well, there is a Wowhead group, though, on Blizzard's chat app.
Yeah, the code, so it's a little unintuitive to join, but can you read the code out? I don't want to make my thing
here.
Again.
Well, it's because it's case sensitive. I'm just gonna put it in the chat because it's case sensitive, and I also hopefully Sass in chat can actually provide a link for that. But it's capital B, lowercase e, capital L, capital X, lowercase t, capital O, capital R. If that's helpful at all. But there'll be a link in the chat, and obviously you can head over to Wowhead or the Wowhead Discord if you can't get it from me verbally saying it. I understand completely. But
it's really good how, like, with Discord, if you just have a link you can join in a browser, and with Blizzard you have to be like, well, like, do you have the app and, like, hit the social tab and enter this in here? It just would be nice to, I don't know.
For sure. Yeah. Well, and it's also brand new. So it's like all of this feedback is nothing but constructive because they have all the time in the world to make changes based on community feedback.
And there's going to be a Blizzard social panel at BlizzCon. So maybe we'll hear, you know, plans like what's next.
Oh, yeah. Which panel is that?
And it's actually called, like, Blizzard Social.
Whoa, like, I didn't see that on the schedule.
When we data mined all this stuff, I was like, is this data mining was being announced at BlizzCon? And then later that day, Blizzard's like, oh, it just all went live. So I'm like, well, they must have something else planned.
Yeah, interesting. That's exciting. And on to BlizzCon. What do you know?
Yay.
I'm going to put, let me see if there's, let me do this. Let me see if I can put the slideshow, like, on the screen with us so that we can talk about stuff. Image slideshow. Hang on, I got it. Add existing gear sale. First we'll do a slideshow of the in-game goodies first, and then we'll look at the gear sale. So the rest
as we go to the goodies, I need to pick up my pen.
Yeah, it's fine. This is the rest of the Blizzard BlizzCon in-game loot. What you're seeing right now is the Diablo pet, which I really wish was in WoW. I really like it. We'll talk a little more about this Golden Legendary Hearthstone card in a minute, but right now it's still unannounced. Of course, the WoW mounts that we've known about for a while, the faction mounts, they are flying 2-seater mounts. Winston got a skin in Overwatch. And finally, we had the units in StarCraft got special skins. And you saw it right in the beginning, but in case you missed it, these are the rewards in Heroes of the Storm. Heroes of the Storm was the clear winner for rewards with a portrait, a spray, a pennant, and a mount. Tons of stuff in Heroes, but all the rewards look good. I think the reason that we didn't find out what the golden card is in Overwatch is that's pretty much confirming there's going to be an expansion announcement because they are not showing the card because they don't want to give away what the expansion is. So that's a cool thing to look forward to if you play Hearthstone. As far as the actual BlizzCon sale, let's talk about it for a second, and then I'll flip over. So let's talk about the pirate Pepe first, and then I'll flip over and we can talk a little bit about the stuff in the slideshow because it's a lot.
The cat must be conked out. Like, he's right here, and he's ignoring him. Yeah, this is great.
He's really tired from all the mischief he's been making all morning.
I know. So this is Pirate Pepe. He is very cute.
Yes.
He is one of the plushies part of the sale. I love him.
Yep. That's it.
He is adorable.
I'm gonna put the image slideshow on, and we're gonna talk about stuff. It might not line up with the slideshow perfectly, but it'll come back around again. Don't worry. So what you're seeing on your screen right now is that's the new this is the new Grumpus ugly holiday sweater. Then we have the Yeti slippers that we saw on May in her Gamescom cinematic. Next up is a Diva backpack. This looks like a really nice backpack with a water bottle pouch and everything on the side. A May Snowball plushie. So cute. I'm surprised it took this long to get that.
The faces, they're Velcro. You can mix and match them, have all the expressions.
Yeah, what you just saw were Hearthstone cupcake leggings, and what's up on the screen now is a Murloc Kigurumi. This is the Overwatch ugly Christmas sweater, which is also grade A amazing. This is an alternate color of the Diva hoodie. We've already seen it in pink. This is it in a light blue. What you're seeing now is one of the new pins. This is the Pachamari pin. This is the Diva pin, and I believe next up we are going to see a third pin. Yep, and it is the Hearthstone collectible pin. All the plushies, by the way, squeak. Oh, here's another plushie. This is the Alec plushie from the Dark Moon Fair, which we talked about that. And also, this is the Rizashi Raptor hatchling squeaky. And these are all the badges. Oh, the badges. So excited. So it's going to flip around again. If you want to talk about anything in particular, we are at the beginning of the slideshow, I believe.
Yeah, so just a few notes because we got more details about this today. Those 3 pins we showed, those are limited edition, and you can purchase them directly at BlizzCon. But the rest of them, you can order online in blind packs. So like the Season 4 pins, we have like a Wowhead pin trading guide up. I love the Sylvanas short-sleeved hoodie. It's very fashionable. I am definitely getting one. And we also learned that the Alec plushie and the Raptor plushie squeak, so my cat's gonna love them.
I know they're excited about this, but like I can't show you my Pachamari because Tychus found out it squeaked, and that was the end of that.
Also, there's a cute story about those 2 plushies. They are in the Dalaran toy shop, and the box is meant to resemble the Dalaran toy shop. That's cool. And there is a Ceramore vendor called Kule who sells these plushies in the Suramar Zoo for Ancient Mana. And Kule is a tribute to one of the Blizzard consumer staff who helped design Pepe and a bunch of other stuff. So it's really cute how like she's a plushie vendor in game, and you know, the plushies came to life.
Yeah, they're both super cute. We've talked about in the past that Alec plushie is a pet that you can get from the Dark Moon Fair, and there's a whole achievement to use him in your pet battles, and he doesn't do anything, so you're essentially fighting 2v3.
Yep.
To go and
then you finally get like a real elephant.
And then you get like a real elephant named Trunks. It's so cute. It's so cute. It's so cute. Also, if you spend over $150 at the shop, you get the new special Murloc pin merchie, and they always do a merchie every year, but like the pin this year, it's super big. Like, it's not just the Murloc. He's got a shopping cart, and he's got a BlizzCon bag in it. Like, he's a heavy-duty pin. He's a big pin. He's a big pin.
Yeah.
Other notable things, those Hearthstone cupcake leggings are amazing. And they're
by Wild Bangerang. We've showed off their merchandise before. they have really flattering patterns. So it's not just like, oh, cool repetitive pattern. Like they actually try to like angle things so it looks flattering.
Yeah.
Lots of sizes, really high quality. They have
yeah, I love the holiday sweaters too. I wore mine last year and it was a huge hit, so I'm really excited to have some additional options.
Yeah, I love how they're taking stuff that's in game, like little things that fans would appreciate, and turning them
like the Alec
into
plushie, which
merchandise.
we've literally talked about in this show, that they should make that a plushie.
Yeah.
So also available, there are a couple pieces of the Jujubee line that are available on the BlizzCon pre-sale site.
Yeah,
they might be sold out. I don't want to like promise anybody they're still available, because they were available in person on the 9th at very select retailers, and all of them completely sold out. And then they were available, certain pieces, limited pieces were available on the Jujubee website. I believe they're all sold out. And then they had some of the backpacks and a couple of the other bigger bags were available on Blizzard's BlizzCon pre-sale site. But I'm pretty sure they're sold out now, too. I'm not 100%.
Yeah,
but
when I shared, Wowhead's giving away one of the largest bags on the site, and my announcement about that was like the most popular, like, wide-reaching post this week. Like, people were very excited.
The backpacks are impossible to get, so that's part of the reason that people are excited. But I also want to mention, if you actually want these Jujubee products, I think there will be another opportunity in the future to buy them, so try not to like rage just yet. The best thing you can do is just remind Jujubee like on Twitter and stuff that this is something you're interested in getting, because it is my understanding that this was their fastest selling out of a product ever. Yeah. It was their most popular product line ever, and they were not prepared for how many people would kind of freak out about this. If you want to see, I did like a 20-minute video with all of the products showing every single pocket and nook and cranny, because there are so many. Yeah. There are so many.
Yeah, like this bag is heavy duty. It's got like bags within bags. It's got like
pockets and zippers. My favorite is, so technically Jujubee is known for making like really, really high-end diaper bags. So the backpack can be used as a diaper bag, and it has an infant changing pad. And I showed it to my sister.
It looks like a laptop pad.
Oh my gosh, my sister, so it's an infant changing pad. That's what it is. But my sister was like, you should just sew up 2 sides of that and make because I have like a little 13-inch
This would be an
MacBook.
iPad.
Yeah, like I have a little 13-inch MacBook, and she was like, oh my god, you could just make your own matching MacBook sleeve. And I was like, you're a brilliant human being, and I'm going to do that. My only
you could also readapt stuff. Like this could easily be like a little purse, you know.
I said the same thing, because they have nice D-rings on everything. So my only
this is a lunchbox or a makeup bag.
Yeah, the actual makeup bag is phenomenal, by the way. Let me just hold on. Look, I have it with stuff in it. So this thing is beast. It's got elastics at the top to hold all of your brushes, and it's super, super deep. Like I have a whole palette in the bottom, and then there's also organizational pouches on the side. The makeup bag is, in my opinion, the best piece they sell, like the best bang for your buck.
I really like the trio of handbags. Like I'm actually wearing a cute but deadly dress. Ooh. So I was like, oh, you know, the Jujubee handbags would go really well because they add a pop of color. So you've got like the black on pink. So this is the trio that she's talking about.
You get the big bag that comes with the crossbody strap. The crossbody is not adjustable though. This is a one length deal. Yeah. There's no privacy pockets inside, but there's a matching smaller bag and a matching smaller bag. So you could kind of use this as like a wallet, money holding. Put this in here, and then you can
also have a little wallet too.
You can use the smaller bag as literally an insert, and then you'll have a divided purse if you do it that way. Now, what my feedback was going to be is on the smallest wallet, they should have used the lining print. Instead, because there's no surfaces big enough to show any of the characters, and the lining print is like this really nice blue. Hold on, I have a piece up. It's this really nice blue Warcraft cute but deadly pattern, and I feel like it would have translated better on this ID pouch. And I feel like one side should have been a plastic pocket to put your ID in, and the other side could have held cards. This was the only piece that I was disappointed in. Everything else I thought was amazing. Everything. This was one of my favorite pieces, and it's made to hold a baby's pacifier, but it's got these perfect little loops.
Yeah, the Patsy thing.
Yeah, it's got this perfect little loops to hold headphones, which my brother-in-law was so funny because he was like, I mean, now that I think about it, headphones are just basically adult pacifiers.
You know, in Wowhead chat, we were like, I don't know what this is. It looks really cool. And we're like, is this like, you know, a handbag you bring to the club? And we're like, oh, it's meant for pacifiers, but it seems really versatile. Like,
Yeah,
all my coworkers were just like, I can find a use for this.
Yeah,
So.
this is like, I think this is like one of the most underrated pieces in the collection. I would say the ID pouch is the ID holder, but the wallet is amazing. Kirk showed the wallet. The wallet is phenomenal. The wallet is huge, and it's big enough to show off lots of characters on it. All the zippers are metal and stuff. It opens up nice and big.
It has the D-rings, so you could, like, attach it to more stuff.
They are expensive. I don't want to, like, mislead anybody. Like, they're definitely expensive pieces. The makeup bag is $40. The backpack is, like, $150. That being said, is a next level. This is not your average backpack.
Also, it's like, it could be a diaper bag, but, like, it's insulated really well. All the zippers really work. Like, it's really high quality. It's meant for, like, people that have a lot of messy stuff that they need to have stay organized or something.
Like, as somebody who travels a lot, I was so excited for that backpack because there are so many functional places to put things, and all the hardware.
I love this with the stars.
Yeah, you can't see it on your camera right now, but I made a whole video. If you're actually interested in these products, I did a 20-minute video showing every single pocket, nook, cranny, piece of hardware. It was a real in-depth, like, review of the products. So if you're interested in seeing it, for sure. I think there might still be a couple pieces available at the Jujubee website. Particularly, I think the makeup bag is available, and the pacifier thing is available. And I think the Blizzcon website has the big backpacks as well as a couple pieces I wasn't sent, like a large, like, tote kind of bag. And then there was another piece I wasn't sent as well. But yeah, definitely check them out. They're super high quality pieces. If this is the type that I would call them investment pieces. Like, if you get that backpack, you probably won't ever need another backpack, seriously, ever again in your whole life. I'm
also really impressed by Blizzard deciding to, mix things up and try pieces, more feminine products. People that aren't just like, like, I'm in college and here's my t-shirt. Like, people were so excited by the Wowhead post and giveaway.
And Jujubee it's a very prestigious brand, and it's also a culty type following. Like, I feel like people who like Jujubee love Jujubee. So I think it's
one of my friends was messaging me. She's like, I have 18 pieces of Jujubee. I might be selling some off to get this collection. And I'm like, I can just give you, like, the child's backpack and the lunchbox, and she was super grateful.
That's funny because somebody messaged, people were tweeting me all day yesterday that it was sold out, freaking out, and I was trying to do my best to help. And somebody messaged me, and he was so disappointed. He was like, oh, I was going to get the lunch bag for my wife, and it was sold out. And I was like, DM me your address. I'll send you my lunch bag. Because they sent me my extra pieces. So rather than doing, like, a standard giveaway, I've been, like, offering them to people who weren't able to get them that were really big fans of the product anyways. So...
Also,
Wowhead's going to have a bunch to give away at the party, too, right?
We'll have 4 or 5 to give away because, we want people to be using them at BlizzCon and showing them off, and I will be using this as I run around covering whatever we learn.
For sure. I'm really excited to own it. It's a really nice piece. It's a really nice piece.
I left out the party on the notes, but we have some stuff we could share, so we can improv that when we're done with it.
Sure, let's talk a little bit about the Wowhead party. That's a good transition.
Yeah.
So I feel like I don't even know these details that we're allowed to talk about.
Okay. We have a sample landing page up. I will link it to you, actually.
I can't get a link right now because you're full screen. I can't do that right now.
So it's basically wowhead.com/BlizzCon-party. And later today, like right after the show, I was going to actually just post a save the date and, like, here's what the Wowhead pins look like in the patch. Save the date. The party is Thursday, November 2nd. Admission is free. The party's in the same location as last year, 5th floor of the Hilton Anaheim, with registration on the 4th floor. As usual, the party starts at 6 p.m. Panzer will be doing a live stream and show with, lots of special guests. We'll have prize areas, a plushie machine with little Pepes in them.
I'm so looking forward to this year because when I started doing the Wowhead party, I sort of was filling a few people's shoes. Like, the way it sort of ended was like, okay, well, we don't have anybody that was doing the hosting or the streaming or the this or the that. And I was like, I'll do it all. And so for the last couple of years, it's been nuts. Like, I've sort of been doing several people's jobs, and I'm pretty excited this year because we've got Method Dari is helping out a lot, and she's got all these great ideas, and
Jari's going to be a special guest host as well. So, like, Jari can be up on the stage, like, interviewing some people while, you actually have time to go to the autograph booth and, actually talk to people at the party.
Yeah, I'm really excited because in the past it's been like after the Wowhead party, I'm still there for 2 or 3 hours afterwards because people will wait to say hi, and I totally am into it, but it gets very exhausting to be out, 2 in the morning every day when it's not like I'm drinking and partying or anything. It's just trying to meet people and make everybody happy. So I'm just really excited that I'll have a little more downtime in a way because I think overall it'll really, really improve the quality of the stream.
Yeah, we also have an after party. The doors open at 9 and the party fully moves there at 10 because while we like the outdoor, feel for ambiance, the Hilton's like, this is noisy. Yeah. So we want to keep partying. So we move to the second floor and that goes until 2 a.m.
Yep.
And RSVPs will likely open in a few days. They are free. We switched up the system. Last year, there was sadly some abuse where people were buying 20 tickets and then trying to scalp them. It was really sad. So this year you can, it was sad.
Because this year free, and I remember suggesting last year, well, maybe make people just pay $1 and then they can get a free drink when they get there or something like that. But
yeah, so this year you can RSVP for 2 people. So if you're going with a friend, you can both get in. And we hope that the people attending can actually RSVP. And it's really sad when someone is trying to scalp, something that's meant to be free.
That's meant to be free, yeah. For
sure. We also, on this party page I was mentioning, we're also highlighting other Blizzcon parties going on, we're all, this is our big party that we, take from the site budget and, we throw it for free and it's open to everyone. But there's lots of other amazing events as well. BlizzCon has, thousands of people attending, spread the love, there's lots of parties, casual meetups, dinners to attend. So, Dari is maintaining a spreadsheet and we're helping publicize all these events by, putting them on Wowhead as well so you can find them easily.
Yeah.
And finally, this will come in the post in an hour. Some of this was Panther's idea. We have Wowhead pins again this year. They will be a high-res version of the regular rocket, as well as a blue rocket, which we've never done before. We have more pins than in the past, so that will be exciting to give out. And Panther's idea was that we should do Velcro patches to put on the backpacks.
To put on the backpacks!
Yeah, which is a super good idea because Blizzard announced today, they're all of our sponsors on the floor might have patches to give away, and there's 21 total and collect them all, so I being part of that new collecting.
Oh, for sure. I was super excited when you were into the idea. I'm like, we should do patches. It'll be amazing. Yeah. Everybody will want.
We also have stickers this year too. So we have all sorts of swag.
Yeah, I made Panzer stickers as well. But we tried to do, that was something I said to Perk when I made the stickers. I'm like, we should do stickers too because they're so much cheaper and smaller to give out that you can get 2,000.
Let me know if the cat's doing something No, don't eat the spring. Bad.
No.
I think I might have to move him soon. He's eating the base of the microphone. Baby, please behave. No, don't wrap your paws around it. Baby,
you just pull him away. You do it. You have to be the alpha cat. You have to do it.
I am the alpha. Now my camera's going to get all out of focus, but he left. Okay.
Oh my god, does everybody feel thoroughly alpha right now? Grr, I am the alpha cat. Could you just imagine Perk? Oh my gosh, what a I love you. I love you. You're my favorite. All right, so
I think that's about it.
I'll flip it over to you to talk about some Wowhead stuff, and then we'll answer you guys' questions.
We actually haven't gotten any questions, so I don't know if that means we're very thorough at answering everything.
Well, let's call for questions.
Yeah. So we have a few things going on at Wowhead, some giveaways I want to bring to your attention. The first thing is that Wowhead is hiring. We are looking for someone that is a graphics engineer to make our model viewer more awesome. As usual, we have open hiring for a senior developer. You'd be mostly focusing on Wowhead features. If you like that Warcraft Logs talent calculator thing, that could be something you help work on or anything really. And Hearthhead, which is our sister site, has been ramping up a lot of content recently. They even have a Discord giveaway going on, and they're looking for more writers as well, because we'd really like to get them into the same, all-around, content schedule that Wowhead has, where there's, cool news a few times a day and, unique community features. And they've hired some people recently, and they're looking to, just have as many, qualified, awesome writers as possible.
Yeah.
We also have several giveaways going on.
My
The
giveaway is
first
still going on too. I'll get the link for
yeah.
that.
Yep. Several giveaways going on. Gumdrop's weekly economy roundup has a 90-day time card. I think you need to enter by telling us what your biggest sale is to enter. Lulaboo's cooking show is up. She was cooking steamed chicken and honey bread, which looks super cool. It's like a beehive. You can win a cookbook from that. And I think her upcoming show on Thursday is going to cover Legion recipes that aren't in the cookbook, because people every month are like, I really want to see Legion food, and we're like, well, we can't do it because it's not in the book. So she's inventing her own Surmar Surf and Turf and the Ashari salad. We are, as mentioned, we're giving away a Jujubee backpack and a virtual ticket. For that post, you have to comment on like what sort of merchandise you'd like Blizzard to make. We've gotten tons of really cool responses, like nail decals, so that's cool.
Oh, I want the nail decals too. Wait, back up. I second that idea.
Yeah. And then we also
like
have
Pepe costumes separate from Pepe. I'm sorry. I'm done now.
Oh, Pepe, what do you think?
But wouldn't that be nice for like your OG Pepe that you could like get costumes?
Oh, I thought you meant that like you wanted another plush to have costumes.
No,
No.
I would love for them to have costumes available for like, I don't know, maybe $8 or $9.
No, I agree
for
with
your
that.
original
For Pepe.
Pepe, you could put.
Yeah.
And they might fit Murlocs too. Like.
Yeah, but Pepe is greater than Murloc.
Yeah, that's fine.
Let's see what else. Novel, his recent show on Sunday was covering expansion speculation. So you can enter to win a virtual ticket if you want to share your theories. And finally, we have like a little celebration thing going on the merchandise reveal. Tell us what your favorite merchandise from BlizzCon is to enter to win a virtual ticket. So like we're super big on virtual tickets. We want as many people as possible to join in the fun, see all the panels, comment, tell us what you think about WoW. And I think that's it.
Hopefully you'll see some familiar faces on that virtual ticket too. I know they're doing a lot more with it this year, so I think you'll see a lot more cool content that you haven't seen in the past. And I can't say any more than that. Okay, we gotta go now. Did we get any questions in the meantime, or were we just super thorough today? I feel like we were.
I think
we went on.
Yeah, we were just super thorough.
And by we, I mean me. We were pretty thorough. We also, our winner is of this week's BlizzCon virtual ticket is Midris. So please, and she's on. She already responded. So congrats. I'm sorry, Meaties. I completely said your name wrong. I added letters that weren't there. I apologize. But yeah, I'm so happy that our winner was right here. But thank you guys all so much for coming and watching us on this lovely Wednesday evening. We stream Wowhead Weekly every Wednesday at 6 p.m. Eastern Time, 3 p.m. Pacific Time. And then we upload the VOD to youtube.com/Wowhead, and it is then embedded at Wowhead the next morning. So there's lots of ways to catch us if you don't miss us, if you missed us live. But we really appreciate everybody who does tune in live, especially those who subscribe to us here on Twitch. I saw lots of people using the Bright Paw emote today, so I'm glad that you guys are enjoying that. Thank you so much for those of you who do sub to us here on Twitch, and a big special thank you to all of our Wowhead Premium subscribers. Wowhead Premium is a paid service where you basically are subscribed to Wowhead. There are no ads whatsoever. You can also you can track quests. There are a few perks, but the biggest one is obviously no ads on mobile or desktop if you're logged in. It is only $1 per month or $9 per year, and it can be gifted. Go to wowhead.com/premium to learn more. We are going to go. We'll be back next Wednesday. Same Wowhead time, same Wowhead channel. Until then, I hope you guys have a wonderful week, and we will see you next time. Goodbye.
Yep.
Bye.
Bye.